Hi Tommy, how you going?
I'm good, thanks.
How's the weather?
Like Finnish, snowy and cold and cloudy, so not too much inspiration from this weather. So how is there?
We're having a very, very mild summer, which I don't mind at all. I like it cooler.
Yeah, it would be nice to be there right now. I'm so fed up with the Finnish weather, like especially now when having no tours, so I have to suffer it all winter here.
It always intrigues me about Finland because, you haven't got the most huge population, yet there's so many good bands. I could probably rattle off more bands off the top of my head per head of population from Finland than anywhere else. How is it possible that all these great bands coming from Finland? What's in the water? Is it the weather?
It might be people that have done anything else to do. I don't know. It's a cliche, but it's like especially in countryside. What can you do like on like these dark times of the year? It's easy to form a band and practice playing. Maybe it's because of that. I don't know.
Hey, let's touch on your last album. How did that go for you? Did you get much of a tour done, and did you complete the tour? And tell us about that.
Yeah, we actually completed the tour just before the COVID. So in that case, we were lucky. But then we were planning to do a 13th anniversary tour, but that those gigs never happened. We did it in Finland like 3 nights, but that was it. So overall we canceled like near 200 gigs. So in that case, we were lucky as well we had this album project, which was meant to be in this schedule as well. So we had something to do at least. So of course it was a little bit different this time because our producer had to produce from distance and through the telephone more. So it was strange, but it went better than I expected.
Did you think you got to spend more time on it because of the circumstances, and you didn't have to rush?
I guess so, because normally we have been like ending the tour, and after 1 week we are going to Sweden, and we have like 2 months studio time. But this time, of course, composing the songs was more like relaxing because, of course, everybody had more time to do it, and also because we were mostly recording this album in Helsinki, where we live, and from my place, the studio is 10 minutes walk. So in that sense, it was easy, and we had more time to spend it, of course, because that we could just focus on that thing, and we didn't have to play like live shows during the studio time. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Was the whole band able to get together in the studio? Were you able to do that, or did you have to phone your recordings in and send them away? Or?
No, we've been like we got like tested, and we had vaccines and things like that. So we've been like acting normal, like with the closest friends and with the band. So just been more careful about things, but it was quite normal to us. And anyway, we're together only like when recording drums, like we always do, and then everybody is taking their parts anywhere, like alone on the studio. So that wasn't that different.
What was it like getting Ollie back? I mean, he was in the band 10, 11 years, and then 17 years later he makes a return. What was the circumstances that led up to that? Were you still in touch with him over all these years, or was it a chance meeting again? How did that happen?
Yeah, we've been good friends all the time actually, and live quite like close. So we've been seeing him once in a while. And when Niklas decided to leave the band, and we started to think who would be a new bass player, we only were able to think Olli-Pekka because that felt natural, and we were thinking that we don't want to have like any like just pay for some young dude who's weird like very good bass player. We wanted to have like somebody full member to a band, and we had few in our minds, but they all have bands, so we didn't want to steal from any French bands, anyone. So Olli-Pekka was only like real what we were thinking. And first we were asking him like just join for a few gigs, and we had this plan, and because he just started like his like normal full-time job, and he thought that it's over with professional band playing in his case, but then we were sneaky, and we got him to band, and it felt like very normal from the first rehearsings.
Excellent.
As well, it felt like it had never been away, and they have a very different kind of playing style with Niklas. Oppo plays more like in musical way. I mean, he takes more notes and like old school bass player style. So that felt very like familiar from the first rehearsings as well.
Yeah, okay. Let's get on to this new album, Halo. Now, I've just managed to finish listening to it for the second time today because I only got it. It was only made available to me very recently. What a great album.
Thank you. Great to hear.
The Moon. Tell us about the song The Moon. That's just so epic, and it's one of those songs that as soon as it starts you think, oh, here we go, and it takes you away. Tell us about that, how that song came about, the story behind it.
Well, I guess that's one of the songs of the album which like represents Amorphis like very good. I mean, there is a lot of the different elements in one song what we have. So, but it's always very hard to like think like what would be a first single song. So that's why we let the record company decide it, or producer decide it, because to us it's not that easy when you're so in of the songs. But yeah, I like the Moon. I think it's epic as well, and the next single will be On the Dark Waters. We just showed the video for that, and that's obviously more heavier and more like a basic kind of song. That's one of the songs, because we had over 30 songs when we started this project, so it's not easy to pick songs like what would be perfect in an album. So we leave the producer decide it. So he was picking 13 songs, and we were happy about it.
With that many songs that you were trying to choose from to narrow it down, did all of those songs get recorded like fully, or do you sort of whittle away very early on down to a group and then narrow it down even more?
Yeah, we were sending all the songs to Jens, and he was sending a list like these are the songs, 13 songs what we are concentrating, and so we didn't even like practice those songs. We were just having them like home demo versions, because back in the days we used to demo like with the band all the songs, so that was, you couldn't concentrate too much. You couldn't even remember what song is which, and you had too many songs. So it's easier, and it saves a lot of time, and we don't have to argue inside the band, like, because we always have 6 different opinions and strong opinions about things. So to us it's more not that stressful if somebody else is deciding.
Yeah, okay. You can always blame someone else then, can't you?
Yeah. But it's good to have like outsider ear.
Yeah, exactly. With the opinions like that, narrowing songs down for an album, how do you go in a set list situation? Because how many albums are we in? 14, 15, something like that? How do you go narrowing, putting songs from this album, say, into a set list? It's going to be an interesting conversation then, isn't it?
it will be an interesting conversation. I'm sure. I think we should start to practice that with like lights and technicians. They want to have like the song, the set list ready before we start touring or having live shows. So we haven't even discussed that yet, but I guess there will be again like these 6 openings. A few songs are easy, which are like single songs. Obviously, they will be in a live set, but I guess we normally want to play something like 5, 6 songs from the new album on set list, maybe 4, 5, but that's what we should pick. But it's also that what we have to delete from set list. All songs. That's also very, very difficult. So I'm not waiting for that too happy that conversation. We'll see.
Are there some songs which you think if you took out of the set list there'd be a riot? Like some songs you're always going to have to play?
Yeah, so some songs feels like we want to keep them in set list and it's like important to us. But some songs are also that are like fans expect to hear, and it has been like a certain like habit to have that song there, and we could imagine not to play that song, but also in other hand the response from the audience is always affecting, so it's of course nice to play those like songs what they want to hear, so it's not easy to choice.
Now, the album's coming out on February 11th. I see here on your website you've got dates announced for a US tour in April. That looking promising?
Well, so far it looks like it will happen, but of course you never know, and I cannot be more skeptic about things after 2 years, but it looks like that, and it was just published like last week or something like that. So I guess they are thinking that it will happen, and I hope so, because 2 years without like touring, it's very strange to us. But in other hand, like our friends band Swallow the Sun just came back from the US tour, and they didn't have to cancel any shows, and everything went well. So I'm crossing my fingers.
Are you going out locally in Finland before heading over to the US?
No, actually we should have shows in Moscow and Petersburg in Russia in March, but I haven't heard anything like if they're going to happen or not. It's hard to believe that it would happen if you see the situation there. But the US tour should be like first shows after this album, and then summer festivals, of course, in Europe and Finland, and probably a European tour later on fall if everything goes well.
It's been pretty bad without gigs for 2 years.
It's been really strange, but we are lucky to have I think we played something like 7 festivals in Finland last summer, so that was very, very nice, and lucky to have those at least. But it started to be like quite boring. Like, what can you do? Like, now you have an album out, and now you should hit the road and things like that, what we've been used to do all the time. So especially this like long winters, just staying in Finland, it's strange, because I could imagine me to be like in Australian tour this time of the year. That would be like I've been used to do in winter times. Did
you do a live stream?
Yeah, we did couple, I think, the first year.
How did they go?
I think it was quite okay. Like, there was a lot of viewers, I think, but it never replaced the live experience. No. It didn't feel like a show. It was strange, I have to say. But at the time it was feeling like a little bit fresh thing because every band were doing that, so we had to try it as well. And it wasn't a disaster. It was fun still, but nothing to do with the live show.
It's just a glorified rehearsal, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And strange, like after song, there's 3 cameramans who were clapping. And okay, what's next? So,
over a career of 30-odd years with Amorphis, what's the funniest thing that's happened regarding music? Now, it could be a tour story, rehearsal, someone getting locked up. Any funny stories that come to mind?
Well, there's a lot of funny stories, especially from the early days when we were younger and more like not this serious. But I don't know. First thing what came to my mind, it was just like, with old singer, we had like this, he broke his leg to some Europe, like last week of the tour. So our technicians made a practical joke because they had to carry him to the stage to sitting in a chair. But after intro, they didn't let us to go there. So he was just sitting in a chair, like 1,500 people watching and totally silence, and he didn't have a microphone. He couldn't move. This came to my mind. But we had fun times. But I think, we could write a book about the incident, what happened.
I think you should write a book. Hey, I'm getting close to the end. Well, I'm at the end of my time slot, so it's been great chatting with you.
Thank you. You too.
Yeah, good luck with the album, Monster Album Halo, out February 11. Good luck with that. Good luck with the tour.
Thanks.
And hope you get to stay on tour.
Yes, let's hope that, and hopefully see you down there someday.
Yeah, thanks for chatting to me, mate. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.